Good afternoon. Salam alaikum. Yeah, I suppose in many respects I've not really had a chance to sort of address the media or speak to anybody with regards or in anything in depth with regards our Asian Cup, so our AFC Cup exploits. But we obviously come back and we sort of move into like a different phase now, which is like phase two, which is the under 20 SAF. Obviously, we've got a lot of new players. Got 7 players that actually participated in the 23-man squad in Myanmar, Yangon. So a lot of the girls are well versed in terms of actually sort of expectations and what we're looking for. I know everybody looks at it and says it's I don't look at it as a win-win scenario. For me, I just think it's a great opportunity to actually blood new players. It reminds me a little bit of like COSAFA in Africa, which plays like sort of second fiddle to the AFCON, and so you've got like SAF, which is one of the sort of the sort of, I wouldn't say mediocre tournaments, but a tournament which is basically under 20s, which is a great development tournament. And I think it should be used as that as well. I don't believe in this win-win mentality when it comes down to development. I do believe in using it as a great opportunity to actually blood new players. We've got a pool of players. We've got to try and give them all an opportunity. But I think the most important thing is we want to go about it the right way, and me being me and the players being the players, you want to make a good impression and you want to win football matches and put points on the board, because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Obviously, since coming back, we've been straight into it. We were at it this morning in the pouring rain, early, the wee early hours, 5:36, and it's just about bringing the girls back down to earth without a bump. It's like bringing them back down to earth in a manner where get them back into reality, make them realise the responsibilities, the roles and responsibilities. We're chasing a little bit of time, but we'll be ready. We'll put out a competitive team, and I know full well as we progress, we'll improve and get better. But we've got some good young players. And, a lot of people talk about eligibility in terms of saying, somebody asked me today about why is Fader, playing in the senior national team, but then I still like pick her and play her for the under-20s because she's eligible. SAF and KFC might have the most craziest rule I've ever come to know. You can actually jump from under-17s and go play senior national team, but you can't go under-17s and play under-20s. Now, I think that's complete madness, and I don't think it's a really good development model. However, it is what it is. So the reason why people like a Fader and Shatner and Monkey and all those 7 girls who were involved in that under-20 squad is because they're eligible. Because there's 3 or 4 girls, Pretty, Arpiti, Yezan, Megla, who I would love to bring and give them an opportunity at under-20 level. But because of that ruling, you're not allowed to. So, if I'm none the wiser. So it is what it is. And so there is some sort of like, I would say, a discrepancy with regards development. Because if that were the case, Wayne Rooney or something like that, when they were coming through David Beckham, you know what I mean? They would never be able to go and play and work their way through the system. It'd have to be under 16, 17, straight into the senior national team. So, yeah, it's a little bit strange. So we're having to sort of deal with that. And but the girls are ready. And we're just going to have to manage the workload in terms of actual game time to rest, recovery, and playing games. Thank you. Listen, it is. I think I'm old enough and wise enough and realise my limitations and my the qualities, whether I can handle age limit thing. I've done it all before in Africa, so it's not new to me. However, because I have overseen programs on a regular basis, it's a league format. It's quite strange, if I'm being honest with you. Normally SAF or a CASAFA or a tournament, which any tournament would normally have like quarter-final, semi-final, final. So it's quite strange, but it is what it is, and I'm going to use it as an opportunity to blood players. The performance is really important to me, because I know full well if we get a good performance, we'll get results. And that's the same mentality I approach when we played in Myanmar, or we went to Jordan or Indonesia. Everything is based on performance. It's not result first, it's performance first. Because if you do it the other way around, you end up like, over-promising and under-delivering. So my view, and it's always been the same like that all through my career, I want good performances, and I want good ethics, and I want work rate, and I want, good teamwork. And if you get that, you invariably get results. Age of Cup's not even in my mind. I just take it one step at a time. I live in the real world. I don't live my life like dreaming of, many people in this room and many people within this BFF building never give us a hope in hell. Never give us a chance. I know that. So I'm a realist. I put square pegs in square holes and round pegs in round holes. We've been running a program now for a number of weeks. We've had phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. We're going to have phase 3. We're going to have phase 4. We're into phase 2, which is SAF. I've been planning for this. We've got 30 under 17s in, so that's one of the reasons why we brought them in early. So consequently, it's an opportunity. And like I said before, there's a few under 17s that would have been involved within this under 20 program. But I think what you've got is you've got to plan for it. But the Asian thing is a way down the road. It's a way down the road, and even planning for this, you don't know what under 20s they're going to be playing. And I even said it to the girls before when we played Myanmar. I did all my research on Myanmar. You're trying to get research on Bahrain and Turkmenistan, and it's near on impossible trying to get results, because people have got smarter now. They're holding, training games which UAE did, behind closed doors, no supporters, no cameras. Jordan did the same. Bahrain did the same. So, and under 20s, you don't really know who's going to be involved. So you've got to plan accordingly, and most importantly, place the emphasis on your team, on what we're going to do and how on the program that we're going to execute. No, because I think you've got to balance it off between actual, what I've got to take into consideration is that, if I leave a fader out, we've also got an AFC under 20s coming up shortly, which you want to make that they're tournaments you want to win. That holds more prestige. AFC holds more prestige than SAF. AFC under 20s holds more prestige than SAF under 20s, and that's not being disrespectful. That's just being pragmatic. So what I'm saying is that you want your best players involved, because if you asked her, and I've asked her, do you want to play or do you want to rest? What's she going to say? She's going to turn around and say she wants to play. She wants to play. So what I'm saying is that you've got to balance that off between SAF and AFC. Do I want to win SAF? Yeah, of course I do. Yeah, if I play dominoes and chess, I want to win. But I just think it's about balancing it off and understanding the workload. Is that because of this rule, some of our under 17s, like Mariam, who's injured now, unfortunately, and some of those girls would have been involved in the under 20s, which could have boosted it. So, and then maybe I could have rested one or two, but it is what it is, and I just feel it's a great opportunity to find out and try who can handle it at international level, because international level is a big difference. than club level, even though they don't play club level football because there's no league? Well, I'm probably like everybody else. I've got no idea. I have no idea. I know Nepal will be strong. I will just. It doesn't really matter whether we're playing Sri Lanka or Bhutan or Nepal. We will show the same respect and due care and planning to every single game, as we did with Turkmenistan, Bahrain, and Myanmar. We planned exactly the same way, and I don't believe in taking teams lightly. I believe in doing things the right way and being as professional as you possibly can. But Nepal will be strong because they're higher ranked than us, and I would fancy ourselves against many teams at this present time. I think our under-20s are a work in progress. They've got a really, really bright future and some really good young players, new players, which hopefully will impress. But saying that, you never know, and you don't know who you're playing, and you don't know what system you're playing against until that whistle kicks off. It's the way I work. I don't really alter it or change it in terms of. I think if you look at modern day trends, I'm not the type of person who's going to sit deep in a low block and try and play counter-attack football. I find that quite tedious and boring. I think people want to see entertaining football. It's risk and reward. It's the way I've always. Some people think that we play 3-4-3. We don't play 3-4-3. That's just it. And I think football's all about interpretations. I'm a technical coach who gets out on the grass and makes a difference. And the only place you can actually improve teams is not in offices. It's not in boardrooms. The only way you is getting on a training ground and working on defending practices, building platforms. Midfield, rotational work within your midfield and working with your forwards. I think the most important thing is that whether it's a high line or a mid block or whatever, I think that you've got to be able to educate and execute programs which actually help players such as Feda, Kwati's come in and has done fantastically well. And it suits her because she's quick. And a lot of people turn around and say, we have a slow back four. We don't actually. We're deceptively slow. But I just think it's all about perceptions, and it's how people go about the work. And I would never be critical of somebody who works a certain way. I work the way I work, and it's got me results and helped a lot of federations and associations develop players, good defend. Because defending is all about having good principles, and it's about being brave.